So you know what you do? You bring 2 or 3 of your friends with you who agree that this is not appropriate, it's not right. And the 3 of you approach this bully. Now this has to be done in private. It can't be the whole school, the whole class is around and you say this, because then it turns into a whole big fight and a whole big show. It's got to be one-on-one, or you in a small group approach the bully in a private time. It's recess, you say, hey, can I just speak to you for 1 second in the corner over here? And the 3 of you come and they say, listen, what you're doing is not right. You really got to stop. You're hurting this person. You got to stop. It's not cool. And that's it. You walk away. You plant the seed in his mind and you walk away. The point of such a conversation is never to get the person to say, oh, you're right, I'm going to change forever. That's not going to happen. The point of such a conversation is to get the guy to say, to just hear it. And then you walk away. You plant the seed and you walk away. Maybe you'll have to do it again. What we just discussed are 4 things to consider when it comes to bullying. And they are represented by the word stack. S-T-A-C. Stack. S stands for steal the show. T stands for tell others. A stands for accompany. And C stands for coaching compassion. Stack. This is the strategy that has been proven to work. It's a strategy that's used in schools all over the country to fight against bullying. By the way, we discussed before when technology involved, because it can involve so many people so quickly, it's dangerous. Even if it's one little mean remark, that's something where you got to tell because it's dangerous. So what does S stand for? Steal what?
Show.
Steal the show. Steal the show. Meaning change the topic. Change the topic if there's a group conversation, if there's a classroom conversation. Change the topic real quick. What?
You can't do anything about it.
Online actually depends. How many? Well, let me ask the question. By a raise of hands, how many people here are online and have ever witnessed online bullying? So Baruch Hashem, only about 4 or 5 boys. So I'd say maybe about a quarter of the class. As you get older, that number is probably going to grow. Okay, you're only in 6th grade right now. But when it's online, even still, you can post a comment. That will start to change the conversation. Now, in general, really, you guys should not be communicating like that online. It's just not a healthy way of socializing and communicating. And for those who are on it already, they know what I'm saying is not going to be a surprise. It very quickly often spirals out of control. It very often becomes more inappropriate than you would have ever thought, because it's much easier to type something inappropriate than it is to speak something inappropriate. What did I just say? It's much easier to...
Type something or say it.
What did I just say? What did I just say? It's much easier to what? To type something inappropriate than to speak something inappropriate.
But they do monetize things, so you can't say.
Well, there are ways to hint. There are ways to hint to inappropriate things, even if there's certain words that they won't allow. Unfortunately, these things become highly inappropriate super fast, and that's why if it's online stuff, first of all, just stay out of it. And if you feel like, well, my group of friends is not going to be friends with me if I'm not on this, or posting on that, or tracking this, or checking this on a nightly basis, guess what? Get a new group of friends. If they need you to be online, that's their world, get a new group of friends. You want a group of friends who can communicate with you in person, in school, in class, you get together with each other. That's the type of friendships you want, not these online friendships. Okay? So first of all, just stay off of it. For the quarter of you that have already experimented with it a little bit, I know there are attractive parts of it, but try to stay off of the social media. I'm not saying you should never go online to research a book report or even check email as you get older and things like that. There's lots of good things that can come from the internet. But there's got to be obviously safe with filters and all of that. But to be on social media where that's how you have friends, it's extremely dangerous. And if it's any online bullying, it falls into what's T? Tell others, exactly. You got to tell a trusted adult.
What are we going to tell on?
It can be, and it's better that way, but it's still more dangerous.
Why? If it's the people you know, if they do it online,
Because I know of tons of cases where it's just a group of friends with people that they know each other, right? You're talking about the danger of, oh no, a stranger is going to start talking to me. That's a danger. That's a danger, true. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about where it's only people you know, your friends, they're verified. Only people you know, and strangers, let's just say, even though there's always a way, but let's just say they can't get in. Still, the type of conversation that will be had between friends in a private online group is going to be more risky. Am I going to say 100% it's going to be inappropriate? Of course not. But it's more risky to quickly become inappropriate than when it's schmoozing with friends. Look, even schmoozing with friends here in the hallways. I'm sure you guys are aware things can get inappropriate. It's more risky and potentially, therefore, more dangerous and damaging when it's in an online platform. Things happen faster and in a more severe way online than in person. I can just tell you that from my own experience.
So just block them so you can't see what they say.
That means you already saw something, and you're like, whoa, let me block that person. Think about what I just said. Okay, so bottom line is that this is a dangerous platform, and that's always the case for tell others. But anytime there's physical, there's touching, there's inappropriate showing things to people, tell others. Okay? So what does S stand for?
steal the show.
Steal the show, meaning change the topic if you can. Get the bullying to stop immediately. If there's anything dangerous going on, whether it's online or inappropriate or physical, tell others. Accompany means accompanying others. That means the victim. Be there with him. Give him company. Be there with him. Invite him over. Invite him into the game. Invite him during recess. What did you just say? Step into his shoes. What emotion is that called when you feel someone else's emotion?
How would I feel?
How would you feel? Oh, very good. Excellent. Excellent. How would you feel? What's that called? It starts with an E. It starts with an E. No? M. E-M. M. Anybody ever hear? What? Empathy, exactly. Empathy is stepping into someone else's shoes and feeling what they are feeling. Not standing by the wayside, not just being a bystander and ignoring it, but getting involved in these ways. Even if you're not the victim.
Let's say he doesn't want it. Then go with him.
You're not even necessary. So you can go over to him and say, hey, you want to? And he says, then give him his space.
Let's say then he feels
No, then give him his space. Then give him his space, 100%. Give him his space. But the tell others still applies. If it seems to you like it's dangerous, you hand it off to an adult.
Well, how do you know? Let's say he doesn't care.
Anytime you're in doubt that it might be dangerous, you always tell.
Let's say he doesn't care.
He may look like he doesn't care. If you're 100% sure he doesn't care, okay. But if you're only 90% sure he doesn't care, but there's a doubt, if I was him, I would really, really care. Even if he's really strong, he probably cares at least a little. Give it over to an adult. Let them observe and decide. Whether it's a Rebbe or a parent. Again, Rebbe parent, I'd like to remain anonymous. Rebbe parent says, you got it. You see how I've solved all of your questions with trying to avoid getting involved. I understand what you're saying, and you actually are representing most kids, which is, I don't know if I should get involved. There's all these different problems. He might get angry, he might not need it, he might be all upset at me, he might be feeling like I'm bullying him. I get it. But there's no way around that if it seems like it might be dangerous or affecting him, give it over to an adult. And you see what you can brainstorm with the adult, and you can remain anonymous. So that is super important. The last one is C, coaching compassion. That means you go over to the bully and you say, bully, stop. It's not cool what you're doing. Stop. And if you're uncomfortable doing it yourself, you bring a group of friends and you do it with a group of friends. It's not cool what you're doing. Yeah?
What are you going to do about online? There's nothing much to do.
If you observe it, first of all, we said if you are online, we can change the subject. Second of all, coaching compassion, you could say to the person who posts that, hey, that's not right what you just did. Now it takes bravery to do that. You might not want, but that's something you can do. Third of all, you can call up the person who just got the post and say, I saw what just happened. Don't worry about it. You're cool. That guy's an idiot. Come, let's hang out. Do you want to come over to my house after school or for Shabbos or whatever? And lastly, you could tell others. And if it's online, it's dangerous. You should tell others. Sometimes yes, sometimes not. Excuse me. Sometimes yes, sometimes not. Most of the time, if it is, in fact, like you said, only a closed group of friends, then most of the time they do reveal their identity to each other, and you will know who it is. If you don't know who it is, no problem. You still can respond to that person, and if you don't feel comfortable doing that,
he's gonna see, and then he's just gonna start bullying you.
and that's exactly what we just spoke about in today's presentation. That if you're worried about you getting bullied, you either go approach that person if you know who it is with a group of friends. If you don't know who it is, tell a parent, tell an adult. You have to look at what's going on over here so they can get involved and help the situation. It's super important. To stand by the wayside is not the way of a...
Just don't join.
If that's all they say, then you listen to them. But hopefully, the parent, the Rebbe, will say, we have to try to get to the bottom of this. Let me speak to some other parents. Let me figure it out. If there's real bullying going on, you can't stand by the side and watch another one of your friends suffer. You've got to do whatever you can. Very important. Okay. So, that's stack. Steal the show, change the topic. Tell others anytime there's even a doubt of danger. Accompany the victim. Be there for him and with him. Invite him over, hang out with him, and coach compassion. Go over to the bully, either yourself or with a small group, and tell him it's not cool what you're doing. You gotta stop. I want to end off with 2 quick videos. Do we have time for 2 videos? Okay, I want to end off with 2 quick videos, and here's what the videos are basically about. These videos are essentially about, number 1, don't be jealous of others. And here's why that topic connects. Because usually, a person who is comfortable with who they are, comfortable with what they have, comfortable with who their family is, comfortable with what shiur they're in, comfortable with who their Rebbe is, comfortable with who their friends are, meaning they're self-comfortable, or otherwise said, self-confident. They feel good about who they are in their environment. If someone else says you're stupid, they know they're not. If someone else says you're an idiot, you're a loser, they know they're not. And it'll be much easier for them to be what? What's the right way to respond if someone's bullying you? No, that's if you see bullying, right? Stack is if you watch bullying happening, if you know bullying is happening. What do you do if you're the victim?
Walk away.
Indifference. Correct. Indifference. Indifference. Instead of giving them that power, it's just whatever, and you go back to reading your book. Okay? So that is the easiest way to do it because you're comfortable. But if you're jealous of other people, if you feel like, I wish I had that, why can't I have that? Why would my life have to be like this? Everybody has difficulties in their life. That's how Hashem made the world. You have no idea what's going on in other people's lives. So, if you are jealous, it makes you feel like, I need more, and you're not settled on the inside. And instead of you being self-confident, you're missing self-confidence, and you're not comfortable in your own skin. That's what jealousy does to a person. And it actually makes you more of a character, more of a person that the bully's going to look for to bully. Because you're an easier victim. Someone who's self-confident, a bully's less likely to be. He's going to know, I can't get power over that person. I'm a bad person who's always clearly jealous of other people and not a happy person, often angry and bitter. That person I can get. So it's to your own benefit to try not to be jealous. How do you work on jealousy? You think about all the good that you have, and you know that no one has it perfect, and you just focus on yourself and be happy with what you have. So that's the video I want to show you now. Yeah. More friends are what? That is an excellent piece of advice, and that is absolutely correct. The more confident you are, without being gaivadik, the more friends you will have. Confidence self-confidence doesn't mean you walk around going over to everyone saying, I'm better than you. It's nothing to do with you, it's just me. I know everything's good for me. However it is, it's good. And you're self-confident. You're kind to other people. You want to help other people. You want to be there for other people. If you see someone else getting bullied, you want to put Stack into action. You want to invite them over. That's all great. And all can be part of you being self-confident. Okay, so if someone can get the lights. Thank you.
It's not all.
Yep, 1 second. Let's see if we're going to erase the board. 1 second. Yeah, sorry. Thank you so much. Hey, remember this, guys. Okay, here we go.
Why should it be like this? I don't know. It's not fair. Yeah, I know. There's nothing that we can do. I don't want to be like this. Me neither. I wish I was like him. I want to be like him. I want to be like him. I want to be like him.
Sorry to take so long, dear. Are you ready to go now?
So a pretty dramatic portrayal of not being jealous of someone else and not knowing what someone else may be going through. Basically what you just saw is obviously pretend, it's a fictional play, but what it's showing is he gets his wish. He switches places. He has the beautiful clothes He's clearly well taken care of with a nice haircut. He feels so great. It's amazing. He's so happy. But for some reason, the other kid's dancing all around. That doesn't make sense. The other kid who switched with him should be sad that he's in the ragged clothes and he's poor. And yet, the truth then comes out. That more well-off kid who's well taken care of on the outside, he can't walk. He can't walk. And he realizes, I made a huge mistake. Now, obviously, that's extreme and that's dramatic. But for many cases in life, there's always something going on that you don't know. I work as a mental health practitioner. That means I'm a counselor. I sit one-on-one with people, one together with a family. I sit with families. I help people out in this school and other schools, in the community at large. I even work with people from all around. I see it time and again. On the outside, everything, sometimes it doesn't, but on the outside it could look perfect, but you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. The message to take is not to think, oh, I wonder what's going on at all. It's to just worry and care about yourself when it comes to what do I have and what do I need. Not what he has, why can't I have? Why can't we do this? They do it. What I have and what we do is great. There's a lot there to focus on in terms of the positive. That's what should be focused on. With that self-confidence, you will be there for other people. You will, what does STAC stand for? S? It will bother you. You will go and change the topic. What does T stand for? Tell others. Tell an adult. You'll do it when you see that there's danger going on. What does A stand for? Accompany. You will go and make friends with that victim. You'll invite him over. And what does C stand for? Coach compassion. You'll go over to the bully and you'll say, it's not cool what you're doing. You've got to stop. You'll stand up for that victim. That all requires not being jealous of others and feeling good with who you are. And it starts right now, just thinking to yourself, I have great things in my life. You want to do a project? One time a day, right when you wake up or right before you go to sleep, make a list of good things you have in your life. There's always, from very small things to pretty big things, good things you can think of. From the basic health that you have, even if someone here is sick in a certain way. There's so many parts of you that are healthy. Every one of you, as far as I can tell, can see. You're all looking at me. You all certainly can hear. There's nobody doing sign language behind me. There's so much good that you can all focus on, from the big things to the very small things and everything in between. Make a list of one thing a day, and it will help you stop being jealous of others and being happy with who you are. I want to end off with one more funny video. Is that okay if we do a little bit of a funny ending? All right? Helping others out.
To assist people in need whenever you can. You don't see it often enough. And we use this as an excuse for a game we play from time to time called How Long? This is a social experiment. We conduct it out on the sidewalk in front of our theater. We set up a variety of weird situations. We wait to see how long it will take for someone to intervene or participate. Now today we conducted 3 experiments. First, we had the guy who dresses up like SpongeBob on Hollywood Boulevard. You know that? We had him fall down and lay on the ground, and we will see now how long he lays there before anyone helps him up.
Hey. Hey. Oh, whoa, oh no. Oh, help me. Somebody help me. I fell and I can't pick myself up. Somebody help me. This is serious. Please help me. Come on, help me. Help me! Help me! I'm gone. I can't help myself. Somebody help me! Oh, yeah.
Turning to a bar mitzvah out there. All right, so now.
So, obviously a very cute, get the lights, obviously a very cute portrayal. It happened to end up, interestingly, with a bunch of yeshiva guys helping him up. Obviously, SpongeBob is a silly case, but the main thing is look out for each other. Every person in this room would want his friends and other people in his class and grade to look out for him. We should do it for everyone else. Just like it says on the board over there. Thank you very much, Rosh Hashanah.
Wow.